everyone, this is your girl Lala, aka the baddest woman of YouTube, and I am here today to give you guys another review of mine, and this is dedicated to all my wrestling geeks out there just like me. Let me sit upright. Don't mind me, I'm in my living room and I needed more lighting because it's daytime. But anywho, if you are new to my channel, go ahead and click on the subscribe button down below. Make sure you turn on your notifications because sometimes that's the only way you'll know I uploaded a new video. Follow me on my social medias as well. Sometimes, you know, my videos might get lost in the sauce in terms of notifications. I'll leave that information down in the description box. And make sure y'all cop my merch because, like I said, I revamped the store. So pretty much, I'm here to give you guys another review segment of any wrestling event that took place. The one I want to go ahead and bring onto the table is NXT Takeover, which occurred this past Saturday. NXT Takeover in Canada. Now, anybody who watched NXT and watched the Takeover, you know it's always something that is not predictable, and it's always something surprising, and always have you at the edge of your seats. So let's go ahead and talk about the NXT Championship Tag Team match. It was the Street Profits, aka the swag of NXT, against Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish from the Undisputed Era. Now, before I go ahead and get started, the way I saw how NXT Takeover was going to play out is pretty much the Undisputed Era that contains Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, Roger Strong, and Adam Cole. These four men right here, they was going to leave NXT Takeover with all the gold. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about that NXT Championship tag match. First and foremost, the Street Profits had it in the bag in the very beginning. But then something happened where later on Montez Ford was not all there because he was getting his ass whooped by Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish because it was like a 2-on-1 situation. Angelo Dawkins was like knocked out already out the ring. But they managed to strike back because Angelo Dawkins was just freaking spearing everybody. I'm sorry, he speared Bobby Fish, he speared freaking Kyle O'Reilly. Montez Ford, high flyer, came out of nowhere and ended up retaining those tag team titles. So with that being said, that match, I'm telling you right now, it had me at the edge of my seat because like you couldn't tell. At first you could tell like, okay, the Street Profits was gonna retain. But then the way you saw the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish was acting, I was like, oh shit, we about to have some new tag team titles. Oh my God, some titles about to exchange hands. But with all that being said, the Street Profits end up retaining, and somehow they managed their way to go to SummerSlam. So I want to discuss SummerSlam later on. I don't want to give nothing away. But that match was crazy. I'll give that match probably like a 10 overall because it wasn't nothing slow or anything like that. So congratulations to the Street Profits. Hopefully they can keep on with these titles and I like how they make their appearances on Raw. It's so hilarious. I don't think I saw them on SmackDown yet. No, I don't think they made their way to SmackDown. Now, the next match I want to go ahead and talk about is pretty much his friends turned to bitter enemies. Io Shirai versus Candice LeRae. Now, this whole beef started. Io Shirai had a rematch with Shayna Baszler. It was in a cage match. Candice LeRae evened out the odds because Shayna Baszler's friends was trying to jump in, but it didn't work. Somehow, Shayna Baszler ended up winning that match. Io Shirai snapped and started attacking Candice LeRae. Then she come back saying, I don't need no friends. I don't need y'all. She was talking about the NXT universe. It was too much. Then later on, as time progresses, these two went at it. So that's how this match came about. I'm not going to lie. Candice LeRae had the first upper hand. But as time progresses, you know, she wasn't giving up. She wasn't giving up. The amount of ass whooping she took, the amount of beating she took, hey, I'm not gonna take away from what Candice LeRae brought to the table. But most likely, Io Shirai, she came up with that moonsault. Candice LeRae, kicked out. Then she had to go ahead and give her a submission with the Koji clutch. if I'm not mistaken, and she passed out. She couldn't even give Candice LeRae a chance to even tap out. She said, "Oh no, bitch, you about to pass out. You about to go to sleep." And Io Shirai ended up winning. Now, what's next for her? Probably another rematch. Who knows? Probably another chance at the NXT Women's Championship, because that new attitude of hers, it looks like she ain't nothing to play with today. Now, after this match, they were supposed to go. They was doing a promo. They was about to go to the next match, but Matt Riddle comes out of nowhere, calling out Killian Dane, because you know the situation with Killian Dane and him has been a little iffy. It's been going a little crazy. They were even supposed to have a match, but Killian Dane did not even give Matt Riddle a chance. So with that being said, not giving him a chance to even fight him, Matt Riddle called him out. Killian Dane came. They got to scrapping. Referee officials came in, tried to break it up. That didn't work. Officials came in. Reinforcements try to come in and break it up. They got their ass beat. It ended to where Killian Dane ended up somehow DDTing Matt Riddle and one of the reinforcements onto a table outside of the NXT stage. So that was a whole mess. Everybody was just knocked out. It was just somebody called the ambulance, somebody called 911. It's too much. But hey, that's NXT for you. The next match I want to go ahead and talk about is Roderick Strong versus Velveteen Dream, who is the North American champion, versus the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. Now, the last time I remember I saw Pete Dunne was when he had lost the title to Walter. Now, if you don't know Pete Dunne is known as the Bruiserweight and known as the longest reigning UK NXT champion. Yeah, UK NXT champion. So with that being said, well, UK champion, I should say, not NXT. That's UK NXT. Got it mixed up. My bad, y'all. But with that being said, he came to the picture because first it was Roderick Strong saying to Velveteen Dream, "Hey, I want that belt." Pete Dunne shows up and said, "No, I want that belt too," so he could go ahead and break his own record. And you know, this is a man who likes to break fingers. Like, so I'm thinking, okay, y'all might as well fork over the title. So now the match started where, you know, Velveteen Dream always gotta make an entrance. The way his entrance was set up was he had these dancers that was wearing the Raptors jersey, because you know the Raptors won the 2019 basketball tournament. Basketball game, whatever was going on against the Warriors. I don't watch basketball, so don't quote me on this. Don't judge me, y'all. And he had these dancers that he comes out dressing as a Mountie. So, you know, Velveteen Dream got to do his entrance. Then, you know, you got Roderick Strong coming out. I know they probably had that Undisputed Era theme song or standby. Like, okay, who's next? Okay, let me go ahead and put that song in. They probably had it on repeat or something. Then you have Pete Dunne. Now, let me tell you something about how this match started. This whole match started when Pete Dunne and Velveteen Dream was like in each other's face, but Roderick Strong was like on some like look at me kind of situation. Like, yo, who you think you are? This, that, and the third. So all three of them got to scrap it. It was bodies everywhere. And within the long shot, you know, it was almost Roderick Strong about to be champion, but it didn't work. Damn sure almost meant to be Pete Dunne. But what happened was that the time frame, as it gets closer to the ending, you had freaking, who was it getting their ass beat? I think it was Roderick Strong. He ended up getting beat up by Pete Dunne. Velveteen Dream's like, I need my belt. Took him out the equation, and Velveteen Dream ended up retaining the title. So congratulations to Velveteen Dream. It was a dream over situation. Now, the next one you want to go ahead and talk about is the HBIC Mia Yim. And I mean, head baddie in charge, head blazing in charge. And this girl, I'm telling you, I've been watching her from the last wrestling company she was with, TNA, what now they're known as Impact. Yo, girl can go. And she was going against Shayna Baszler. What she did was smart. She ended up taking out her two friends So they won't end up, you know, interfering, or they won't end up making it to like NXT Takeover because she took them bitches out. But with that being said, Shayna being Shayna, you know, I'm not gonna lie though, Mia's entrance was sickening. I remember when I went to a party and I kind of similarly did an outfit just like hers with the bandana, the bandana over my face, the blazer, I mean not the blazer, the vest, and I had a crop top because I got the stomach for that. Okay, your girl got a my top going on. Okay, I'm past the cruiserweight division. Had on like cover shirt, had on like some baggy jeans and some sneakers. I was kind of like portraying like her swag is like off the chain, and plus she has blue hair. Blue is like my favorite color. But old girl was giving Shayna the business. Like no matter what Shayna came with, she came in with the business. But what was messed up was somehow she slipped up and Shayna gave her the coquina clutch, but she couldn't give her the clutch like she wanted to because her arm, because of what Mia did to her. So she gave her like the submission in the triangle. Yo, that's it. She was done. She had to tap. I was like, damn it, Mia. Yeah. Now she got to go to the back of the line. So now we got to figure out who going to be the next bitch to show up and freaking take this title from Shayna Baszler. Because this is too much. Too much. But big all in all, she did cheat. Her friends wasn't there to back her up. So I give Shayna that. She won to fight fair and square with a fucked up arm. Now, the next match I want to go ahead and talk about is the 2 out of 3 falls match. Adam Cole and Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. Oh, excuse me. Yes, the NXT champion, Adam Cole, baby, against Johnny Gargano and Johnny Wrestling. Pretty much with that match. And I'm laughing because Adam Cole tried it. He wanted to hit Johnny Gargano with a chair, but he couldn't do it because he was going to get disqualified. So he tried to be slick, so the referee wasn't looking. He kicks Johnny Gargano in the nuts. That didn't work. So Johnny Gargano's like, fuck it. Okay, let me give this man a win, get DQ'd by hitting him with a chair. The second match was going to be a street fight. So with a street fight, it's anything goes. He still busted his ass with a goddamn chair, beat his ass with a chair, but then later on, Adam Cole ended up with the upper hand, so Johnny Gargano ended up losing, so it was like, you know, neck to neck. Now, the next one was left to William Regal. All you see is a cage coming down with mad bomb. It was like no escape. And mind you, you cannot escape from this cage. It was either pinfall or submission. So you got barbed wire around the cage. And then you see a sledgehammer, fire extinguisher, a bag of just a bag, so you don't know what's in that bag. You see a chair, like anything that's like hardcore that you see around the cage that you can use to your advantage. So they're using all this shit against each other. Before they could even use those weapons, they was using each other's bodies because they was beating each other's asses. And then when all the weapons was said and done, Adam Cole, baby, ended up retaining the title. So pretty much out of all people in the Undisputed Era who ended up walking away with gold was Adam Cole himself. His other 3 colleagues, I don't know what the hell happened. They kind of slipped up. They need to figure this out. But other than that, NXT Takeover Canada was the best. It had me coming out my edge of my seat. If you have the WWE Network, just a disclaimer, this is not a sponsorship by WWE Network or anything like that. But if you have the WWE Network, you need to go sit down and watch it. Trust me, you'll feel the reaction that I have. I wish I was in Canada. Shit. And, oh, by the way, all that clacking you hear in the background, that's the dryer because got some stuff in the dryer going on. So, my bad if you hear that in the clacking in the background. But this is all I have today from Lala's World. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. And make sure you cop my merch. Till then, bye.